What is up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melita, and this channel is all about where fashion and inspiration meets. So guys, today we have a Lounging with Lett, very special Lounging with Lett. Y'all know I love special guests, and y'all know my friend Roms. Well, guess what? Today I have her sisters. Yes, very exciting. And we are going to be talking about investing. A few months ago, if y'all recall, I did a Lounging with Lett with Rama, Rihanna, and Afisha. And we basically talked about finances and, you know, our different cultures and how we learned about money and things like that. Well, this is a spin-off, honey, because we're going to be talking about investing. So go ahead and get comfortable, guys, and come on back. All right, guys, and we are back, and we have Nani and Bijou. So first, I want them to give you a little background about themselves, okay? Nani.
Nani, hi. My name is Nanette. Nickname is Nani, obviously. So I've been an accountant for about 16 years now, and it's
Smart women.
I work for a publicly traded company that's in Bethesda, and I've been with there for about 4 years. I mean, my background is, I came from Guinea, West Africa, about
shucks, less
20 years ago, and went to school here, finished school here, and I'm still learning about investing, but I've learned a lot since starting work, which started with my 401k, obviously, and then moved on from there.
Yeah, I forgot about that 401k. That's where we start, a lot of us. We know nothing, okay? All right, Bijou, give us a little background.
Okay, my name is Bijou, and I'm in the nonprofit sector. I've been an accountant for about 16, 17 years as well.
These some smart women, guys, okay?
And the same thing, my Nani is my sister.
These are Rom's sisters.
Yeah, so I'm also from Guinea, been here for about, the same amount of years. Did all our schooling here, and we have a lot of finance and accounting in our family. So as far as investing, also I learned about it through the 401k, 403b, and and then from there, I learned the importance of.
Oh, we're gonna get into it. They're gonna be dropping jewels, guys, because we don't know. Well, some of y'all might know. I don't know. Okay. So first, let's talk about what made y'all want to get into investing. And y'all can start with the 401k situation, which a lot of us do because of our jobs. And then I want y'all to take it the step further because, y'all invest outside of that.
Okay. So I'll start. So, it was my first, never learned about financing in school, obviously, because they don't teach you that in college, which I think it should be required for studying in high school.
Because we know nothing.
So we know nothing. All they tell you is just save your money. At these rates, savings give you what, $5? Not even like $1, a penny. Even if you have a lot of money in your savings account, you're not getting much out of it, right?
You're getting peanuts.
You're getting peanuts, exactly.
Yeah.
So with my 401k, which I had a boss, who was really white male, obviously. The first thing he told me is, no matter what you do, no matter how hard the economy is, always make sure that you are investing in your 401k. So I kept that, this was my professional job was in 2006. So that's when I started, actually putting money into my 401k, and then it was 3%, 4%, and then if the company match, always make sure that you match up to the company because that's literally free money. If you're not doing it, please do it.
That's what they say, guys.
Yes. So
and
no
I'll be the first
what,
to admit I'm not doing it. Okay, keep going, Andy. Keep going.
And then then obviously, like, you know, the crisis hit in 2008 with the economy free falling, and even when times were hard, I still kept on investing. And I think today, I mean, when I look at my 401k, I'm happy because, like, you know, that's money that's been consistently sitting there and it's growing. Obviously, like, yeah, I can't touch it right now, but I know that when it comes time to retire, I'm gonna be able
you're gonna be loaded.
And
I'm gonna come live with you. And then later on in life, I learned more about individual investing, like mutual funds and ETFs, exchange traded funds. Them ETFs. I had one of those.
Okay, it's important. So instead of, let's say, I cannot buy an Amazon stock for $3,000.
How about that?
Too much money.
I can't.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you can buy even an Apple stock is about like $140, $150 per stock. So instead of having to like buy those individual stocks and taking all that risk at the same time, so you buy ETF funds. So they invest in like all those companies. So you just own a little part of it, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm telling you, investing, yes, it's risky, but your money actually grows instead of sitting into a savings account. So these are just beginners, right? So like the more you learn about it, the more you learn about like maybe individual stocks. Like, you know, maybe like, you know, some people who found out about Tesla, like, you know, who invested when Tesla was like $60 or like $70. Today's Tesla stock is like $1,000. So, but to find those out, you have to be able to take the risk. So this is when the risk comes in, right? So this is when you have to be willing to take the risk. But for me, for beginners, I think you should definitely start with mutual fund, which is like Vanguard, like, you know, and
what's a mutual fund?
So mutual funds, maybe you can explain.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Before we go you got this. Yeah. So before we go to that, before we're gonna get into that, Bijou, tell us what made you want to get into investing? Give us your experience.
Without trying to repeat the same thing that Nani said, for me it was really same thing. It was really my boss. Like I worked at a
shout out to a good boss.
Yeah. Like I had a
listen to white men. I'm telling you. I know it's like all Black Lives Matter, but I'm telling you, they have money. They have wealth. That's the difference between them.
I know that's right, Nanny.
So through my boss, this one was actually a female from Iran. She also came as an immigrant in the U.S. and she said that the way like she kind of made it here, because she bought a house here in Bethesda. Okay.
Oh, she came up.
Yeah.
It's high out here.
Yes. So
these ladies live in Montgomery County, just as a FYI, okay? They ain't slumming it in Anne Arundel like me. You see this light? You see how bright it is in here? Okay?
So she basically told us the importance of investing, especially for your retirement, you know? And which was like the company always matched like what you would put in your own investment. So when you have that option, like instead of putting, you know, yes, you don't take the money right away, it's when you retire, but just like Nani said, at the end when you retire, you know you have that there.
I gotta step my game up.
You have some financial security, you know? And with that said, like I would always put as much as I can from every paycheck, and it's kind of fixed. So, and it's kind of diversified. Yes, you know, the more risk you take, the more return on investment you get, you know. But also, if you're not a big risk taker, your money is still going to grow. Yeah. You know, instead of leaving it in a savings account. Yeah. So that's like she really taught us that, and she even brought like professional, you know, investors from Mass Mutual, who the people that kind of diversified our investment and allocated in different stocks depending on your choice and stuff. So like they really thought, and so that's how I started, you know, and looking into it. But the other aspect
take us a step further.
The other aspect of it is like my current job, right? Like these people are loaded.
Come on,
tell
us.
But that's because of course, they start from. They got lucky in the stock market and all of that, but they're huge risk takers, and they start with their children like before their children even walk.
Oh wow!
So when you start really young,
even giving you $25, even if it's $10, it's much, but like, at least it grows.
It grows,
that's
and you just tell yourself like instead of putting this money towards buying like a pair of shoes, or
my stomach hurts.
You tell yourself like, you tell yourself, okay, this month I will buy this pair of shoes, but next month I'm gonna put this amount of money. Into investment. So you kind of plan. You plan yourself that way.
You make yourself happy, and then
you invest.
Because you don't want to resent having to save or anything like that. Because that's the mistake. Then when you get mad, you're just gonna take it all out. Exactly. Stuff like that. But it doesn't make any sense. Because so it makes sense to actually So it makes sense that you can please yourself, but you can also invest.
And it's exciting when you go back and you see like
and you see that you loaded.
It's
loaded.
It's growing. It motivates you to even put more towards it.
He's like loaded. This is so good.
It's really.
This is good.
Like both of us, it's our employer that kind of
led the charge.
Led the way, and we kind of followed.
That is so tight.
And you don't have to have an accounting or finance background to do that.
This is true because I'm joking around, but I have like dibbled and dabbled in the stocks. I have no idea how. I don't know where I got it from because I'm always reading. I'm always reading, So years ago, I don't even know what account it was. Years ago, but see, this is my problem, y'all. I always take the money out. I remember years ago, I had stocks in Sprint, and these things, I have done this, So this was years ago, and then it made a little money. But back then, I was taking care of my kids by myself, so I'm like, I need that. Take that on out. And then I never did it again until recently when we were everybody was quarantined. I was like, let me get back into investing since I ain't doing nothing else. And I think I took one of them loaded checks they were sending to all the Americans. I know I did. I think I put 1,000. What did I do? Royal Caribbean had their stocks had plummeted. I said, let me buy 100 shares of that. So I bought 100 shares and or 50. I did something. But then, what did I make? I might have made $70 off of it because I was watching it.
Okay. And that's in less than a year.
Oh yeah, it was no time. It was in months, y'all. And then I took it out to do what? Invest in my business. So that's what I did. I took it out and I invested in Lita's closet. That return ain't came back in. But we ain't talking about that today. And then my husband, I wish I can remember what that stock was. But it was when the vaccine companies were making the vaccine.
Moderna.
It was Novavax.
Novavax. Okay.
We was watching the news and it was Novavax. I said, Novavax must be popping. My husband was like, well, how much is it? I was like, it's $100 a share. I don't got no money. He was like, well, I do. So I think he gave me $200. I put it in there. Bought 2 shares, and then I think he did another. He had 3 shares of Novavax. And I don't know what happened with Novavax because we don't know what happened with that. Ain't nobody pumping with Novavax, but anyway. And so, I watched it, and then one day I went and looked. I I think he had made maybe like 200 or something. I said, hey babe, that Novavax is, you done made $200. He was like, cash me out. Cash me outside because I need it. Because he's self-employed. I was like, all right, cash him. Here go your money. So yeah, and even with the ETF, I had money in that. Okay. Had money in the ETF. It wasn't a lot. It was like maybe $200 to $300.
Okay.
Yeah, but cash that out. Okay. So y'all see the thread with me. I have to prayerfully. I can get to a point where I don't have to cash out. Okay, and then I can have some money. All right. But that is my experience with the whole investing thing. While I'm joking, I do like pay attention to it. Yada yada yada. I've done some investing.
That's good.
Made a couple little coins, you know, and
we all start in there.
I know that's right. Y'all are so inspiring. So let's talk about y'all know I got my notes here, okay? Because you know everybody want me to have notes now. Yeah. So we talked about the 401k. We talked about like ETF. We talked about even how you can do individual stocks. Is it anything else that we need to be aware of?
Okay, so I would say remember taxes. I am an accountant, so remember taxes. So just because your husband made that $200, there's still taxes. So there's a difference between short-term tax and long-term tax. So long-term is, so you have unrealized gain and realized gain. So long-term is a year. So after you've held the stock for a year, then your tax rate is a little bit lower. But when you cash it out a little bit sooner, then you have to pay a little bit more taxes on those returns.
So that our taxes
so keep that in mind. So the longer you have it in a stock, or the longer you have it in the market, before you we all gonna have at some point when we're gonna need to cash it out. Like, you know, that's the whole point. Because the 401k, that's the one thing that, you know, I don't think you should touch unless you have to. So, but then I would say just like, you know, just keep in mind, like, you know, the longer you have something in the stock, the better it is, and the better, like, you know, I think it's like a low 15% rate, and I think it's a little bit, it's like almost like 30 to 40% when it's like long-term stocks. It depends on how much you earn and stuff like that. So
I'm gonna get my ETF back on. I am going to, as we're talking, because I have, it's peanuts, guys. It's probably about $30-90 that it's in a savings. I'm gonna put it in that ETF.
Yes.
Okay. Hello. Pointer for y'all.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's the excitement. Like when you have money into the stock market, you're excited to always see what's going on. You know, you're excited.
You're right.
And for me, I put money in there that I know I can stay without. Because I love to shop, so I just
because I see some of your web.
So I
like this Bijou is fly.
So I minimize.
I need to talk to Bijou too. Guys, so let's talk about. So y'all have your money in 401k, of course, and so where else do you have your money, Bijou? Like where? Okay. Nani, where else do you have your money as opposed to like the mutual funds, the ETF? Do you have your money in individual stocks? Like, how is your portfolio spread out?
Now, I did start about a year ago. I did start actually investing in individual stocks.
Get out of here! Yes, how many do you have?
Oh, I have Apple. So I have.
Shut up!
I have
big dog. She in Apple.
So I'm invested in what they call blue chips companies. So which is like these are like consistent companies that actually pay dividends, even if you invest.
Dividends.
They actually like, you know, you get dividends out of it. So Microsoft, Apple, Facebook does not, but Facebook is still a growing company. I resisted for the longest time to invest in Facebook.
Really?
I'm like, this company, but Facebook is not going anywhere.
Oh, really?
Facebook I don't think I'm gonna.
Y'all hear that, guys?
I'm not gonna stay in there for too long, but like
She ain't
Facebook is a growing company.
You hear that, guys?
So and then I use Twitter because a lot of the companies that I'm named, I learned about it like on Twitter. So I'm like, why not invest in Twitter? Twitter has not been able to monetize itself yet, so my stock is not doing too well. But I am going to be patient because I think Twitter has potential.
Yes.
It's just the engagement in there. So like,
yes.
The individual stocks.
Okay, guys, y'all straight from Nanny's mouth. Okay, she dropping jewels on her individual stocks. Bijou, do you have individual stocks?
No.
Okay.
No. Currently, I don't have individual stocks, but I'm working my way towards it, learning from
Nanny,
the oldest sister here. Yes. And one other thing that I'm trying to do is actually get the kids involved. Like, yes, like their little play money, birthday money, so they can learn about the stock market at their young age, like at the same time that I'm learning.
I know that's right.
So most of my activity is really with the 401k stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you have 401k, individual stocks. Do you have your money anywhere else?
In regular savings, I do have.
Regular savings.
I have regular. I mean, just in case, because like for me, so when I invest in these stocks, I'm not planning on touching them anytime soon.
I have to learn that.
So I do have regular savings. I mean, it's not like I have like a ton. I have just a small amount of money in individual stocks. But like I do like to have my savings just in case like emergencies come up and stuff like that. So like so I can have like a quick turnaround. But yeah, I mean, I can also like recommend a website. It's called nerdwallet.com.
Nerd Wallet?
Yeah, it's called nerdwallet.
I'm gonna put it in the description, guys, because I'm taking it down for myself.
Yeah, so
what's this Nerd Wallet?
So you go on Nerd Wallet, really, like they have investing, they have like refinancing, they have different stuff that you can compare. You can like compare and like see like if you are a beginner investor, like how you should invest and stuff. Like seriously, I mean, I learned a lot from them, and I just learned that they recently just went public, so they're not a publicly traded company. But I think I discovered them maybe like 5-6 years ago, and this is when I first got into Vanguard. This is when I got into like mutual fund and ETFs. So it's through them, like because it's like for a beginner investor, these are the type of funds, and then like some of them are like a minimum amount, like you don't have to have like
this is good.
Yeah, so they will give you like different type of platform that you can invest in and stuff like that. Yeah, so like Nerd Wallet is full of information.
All right, guys, get into the Nerd Wallet
and all that stuff. So it's really good. I like it.
Oh, that's tight, because another bullet I had was like, can you recommend like beginner stocks?
Yes.
But it's to go to that Nerd Wallet and doing a lot of reading.
Yes. Do reading. It's very, very important.
I know that's
very important.
Oh my gosh, this was so good, because we all know I need to get my life together all the time. Okay, we know I love to shop.
Yes, we do.
But I also need to, take care of my future. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, any last final comments, ladies? Like any nuggets for the people?
So I would say my biggest thing is really, I mean, I think when you spoke in Brahma, we don't talk about money, right? But like, I'm like, the last thing I want to do is grow up and having to depend on like, people around me and stuff like that. So I want to be able to be, at least I don't want to be a burden on people. So to have that 401k, to have just that safety net makes me feel so secure. Because like, we go back home and then we see like, people who have aged, they worked all of their lives, but then there's nothing really that they're surviving on. So they are relying on people to still provide for them. And I'm like, you cannot work all these years. I mean, we live in a country that don't have a safety net. The United States does not have a safety net.
How about that?
So if you don't have a safety net, how are you going to live the rest of your life? Like, I want to be happy and retired.
Because I done already told my mom, listen, you better have your coins in order.
Yes.
And y'all know she's retired. Don't look at me, mama. Take care of yourself. You done worked. I'm not here to give you my coins. I'm not here to give anybody my coins. If you are paying attention, my coins are for me, okay? Bijou, any final comments?
Yes. My final comment is like just like she said, my biggest fear is to be financially dependent. And I also want to make sure my kids are good, at least through college, because I had the same, I was fortunate enough to have that, through my parents as well, So with that said, like teaching your children about money is very important, and keeping up to make sure you retire with the sense of financial security is also important. Yes. So, like, basically, like, just start small. I think the key is just starting, not thinking that you have to put $500 right away.
Yeah.
Start with $25.
Yep.
And then and read.
How about
Everybody.
that?
Yeah,
Reading is fundamental.
It's very fundamental.
Google is
the
your friend.
university
YouTube is your friend.
of Google and YouTube.
YouTube
Honey, you
University,
can find
okay?
anything there, but just start.
Start young.
Yeah,
please.
start
I
young.
started at 24 when I
Exactly.
started out of college, and
Yes.
my boss told me to invest.
Wow.
Very important, So yeah, that's my final say. Just start. Like the key is just starting. Teach your children about money, because they are.
I know
Trust
that's
me,
right.
they are. And I see the portfolios, and I have a heart. So that kind of motivates me to make sure, like, I give my children the same kind of opportunity, to see. So basically, yeah, my last day, just start young, and don't think you have to put all your money in here. Just
Don't
start
put
with-
all your money.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
Don't.
if you have $50 to spare, just start with that, and then see what you're gonna do the following month.
Yeah.
This was amazing. So many jewels, okay? So guys, the point is to just start. Do your reading. Going over to that nerdwallet.com, because y'all know I'm going to run and check it out, okay? And thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff.
Subscribe.
Let's be social on social media.
Yes.
And I will see you guys in my next video.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, no, thank you.